Okay guys, why AngularJS? Well, you might have already stumbled upon AngularJS in the past, but if you didn't, you might be wondering what can this framework do for you. Let's have a look at the main benefits that you can have as soon as you start using that. There are lots of things to be said on it, but I would like to talk about all of these during the course because there's lots to be said. There are tons of features that you'll find amazing and that will be very useful to speed up your development. Let's start with simplicity. AngularJS is designed to be simple because it's specifically created to speed up web development and reduce dramatically the amount of time that is required to develop your web apps. It's a framework designed for SPAs, which are single-page applications, or which are applications where you don't need to refresh the browser to see the updated content. It means that if you navigate to a URL, for example, you click on a menu, you will immediately see the content of the new page without the browser refreshing. It will be loaded dynamically and available in real time. Angular is a declarative language and not imperative. It means that you just need to tell the UI, the system, what you want to be shown and not how to do that. If we talk about the front end, the HTML code, you just define the data that you want to be shown and Angular will take care about the rest. It's a MVC framework. It's a model view controller. So we have the model that contains the data, the view that is responsible to present the data to the user, and the controller that is responsible for behavior. Keep in mind that AngularJS is not only an MVC framework, but is an MVW framework, model view whatever, and we'll see what this term means in one of the upcoming lessons. AngularJS is an extensible framework. It means that you can create your own HTML elements, custom elements, thanks to the directives. It means that you can teach new things to HTML, extend the language, and you'll end up creating the so-called DSL, domain-specific language. A simple example can be, let's say you want a tag to create a slider, to show a slider. You create your own directive. The tag name will be mySlide, and every time you put mySlide in your HTML code, the slider will be shown immediately with only one line of code. Thanks to that, you'll have reusable code, so every time you type mySlide, you'll have another slider everywhere in your application. Templating. Angular has a built-in templating system that requires less code in the standard HTML. It means that thanks to the template built-in system, you can show your UI, design your UI in a very quick way. For example, if you want to show a list of elements, let's say a 10 elements list, you just have to write one line and Angular will show all the 10 elements. It will repeat the tag, the li tag, every single time. Templates are written using traditional HTML. You just need to use custom Angular elements and attributes, which we'll discuss during this course. And you just have to worry again about what needs to be shown, not how. Angular will think about how to do that. And last but not least, let's talk about the community. Well, Angular is a project developed and maintained by Google, and this means that there is a large community working on the project, and this translates into a great support, more questions answered, a continuous enhancement, and so on. And very important, find time to visit either NG Europe or NGConf, which are the largest Angular conferences where they will be discussing tons of new features and common issues and best practice and so on. I'll see you in the next chapter.